Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Natasha. If it is your first time here, today's video I'm going to be getting ready and giving you guys a little bit of an anti-haul. So I'm going to be talking about product releases that honestly I am just not feeling. So if you're interested in this video, just keep watching.
Now close your eyes.
Okay, so I'm literally going to be doing like the most basic, easy, quick makeup look ever. I'm not really going to be talking about the products I'm using because I just want to focus on talking about the anti-haul. So I will post pictures on the screen of all the products that I will be mentioning just so you can kind of get a visual. And I'm also going to be like pulling up my phone a lot too because I have like a list of all of the things that I want to talk about. So let's just get right into it. So the first product release that I'm just like not feeling at all, and honestly I'm pretty bummed about it, is the ColourPop Candyland collection. Now, ColourPop is the brand that never sleeps. Everyone knows that. I love ColourPop. I've reviewed a ton of ColourPop stuff, and they come out with collections just constantly. One thing I will say about ColourPop is like packaging is always on point. Like this Candyland collection, the packaging is amazing. It's so cute. It's so nostalgic. I love everything about it. But once I actually looked at the products, I just kind of was like, meh. Like it was just a little lackluster. Like the color story they chose, the rollerball lips, like those are cute and nostalgic. But honestly, I'm just kind of like, not feeling them at all. There's like the body powder. I don't know, just that everything about the collection is like too muted and too lackluster for me, especially with how amazing the packaging is. And honestly, I've kind of felt that way about the last few collections that ColourPop has been coming out with. Like they have the, I think it's called like the Wild collection or something. It's like a deserty themed one. I'll put a picture up here that they just had released, and I wasn't feeling that either. I'm just like not really like on the same page with ColourPop right now. Like I'm not really liking the colors that they're picking. I'm not liking the stories. Like I don't know. Like I really, when I saw like ooh Candyland and ColourPop, I was stoked because I was like ooh the colors are going to be so amazing. Everything's going to be so cool, and I saw it and I just kind of was like meh. Like just disappointed, which sucks because ColourPop is so affordable, and like I said, they do really like usually knock it out of the park with packaging, and I just like was not in any way, shape, or form feeling it. I was so disappointed. It was just like so lackluster to me. I don't know. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below, but I just was like, come on, ColourPop. Like I feel like you could do so much better, and for the fact that they like are always coming out with stuff, like it almost just feels a little bit like a cash grab when something is just so boring. Like the Desert collection that they just came out with, which I'm basically just combining the Candyland and the Desert collection. Like both of them are just meh from ColourPop right now. I guess I just expected more. Like the packaging is so cute, but like that's not enough. Like the product has to be super cute too. The colors have to be cute. Like I felt like it was very pastel, very muted, like almost geared towards like little kids. Like I know it's Candyland, like it's a kid's game, and they're like pulling at your heartstrings there because it's like getting everyone with the nostalgia, but like no. So the next item on my list is the Too Faced. I don't even think this is out yet. I think this was like just teased as like what's going to be coming out in the next few weeks or few months. Is like this whole Too Faced pumpkin spice pumpkin vibe collection. Like I'm so over pumpkin themed things. Like I get it. Okay, fall is pumpkin season, pumpkin spice. Like listen, my husband is a pumpkin spice hoe, okay? Like I get it. I get the appeal of pumpkin, but I'm just like feel like it's so played out. It's so just like overdone. It's such a cash grab to me. Like everything pumpkin when it has to do with makeup or just like pumpkin lotion, like all of that stuff. Hold on, I gotta fix my mirror. All of that stuff is just like such a pathetic cash grab to me. Like I just wish that brands would come out with like more like in the fall. Okay, so fall, Halloween, pumpkin, like that whole vibe. Why don't they come out with like a scary palette, a horror movie palette, like a dark gothic palette, like something more like that? I just feel like pumpkin is so played out, and it's not even like they don't even make it that interesting. It's like, oh, another warm neutrals, which is like, I love warm neutrals. I'm not one to talk. Like, warm shadows are my thing, but just like, pumpkin this, pumpkin that. It's almost like in Christmas when everything is gingerbread man. Like, Too Faced is really about that. Like, in Christmas, I bet you anything this Christmas they'll come out with another either candy cane or gingerbread man style palette. And I'm just like, over it. Like, I'm over the pumpkin. Fall hasn't even started. And I just feel like this year, like, I just wish that makeup brands wouldn't do the whole pumpkin vibe. Like, it's played out. It's not cool anymore. Like, it's played out. And speaking of Too Faced, just while I'm on the Too Faced subject right now, another product that they are just now releasing, which I just feel like, why? What's the point? Is the Born This Way Matte 24-Hour Foundation. So they already have the Born This Way foundation, which I'm not hating on the Born This Way foundation. I actually do like that foundation. It's a little bit too matte for me as it is. Like, I already feel like it is a matte foundation. So for them to come out with the same thing but matte, just like, I felt like it already was a matte foundation. Like, and it's a good foundation. I'm not hating on it at all. Like, I used that foundation for my wedding, even though I'm not like a super matte girl. I thought it was a good option for me on my wedding. But I just feel like this new one, I'm like, is it the same exact product just in a different bottle and you're putting matte on it? And also, like, 24-hour wear. No one in the history of ever needs to wear foundation for 24 hours. Like, you shouldn't be wearing foundation for 24 hours. Wash your face. Like, so to me, it just kind of felt like a cash grab because I'm like, well, it's already matte. In my opinion, I feel like the original Born This Way foundation is already matte. So they're re-coming out with the same foundation and then advertising it as like 24-hour wear. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I felt like it was just like, meh. Like, Too Faced really hasn't come out with anything in a while that I feel like I've really been excited about. I feel like they just keep recycling the same products over and over again and either giving them like a new name or just straight up just recycling the same products over and over again. And Too Faced used to be like the it brand. I felt like they used to be so much more creative than all the other brands when they had like their heart-shaped blushes and they had, I'm trying to like the lip injections. Like, Too Faced used to be the spot for like cute, creative, like almost a little bit more like kitschy vibes. And now I just feel like Too Faced is just the same thing coming out over and over and over again with just a new name or like a new shade, and it's just like boring. Like, this foundation I'm just so not even interested in. I'm not even a matte foundation girl, but when I saw it, I was confused. I'm like, are they just like repackaging the original? Like, okay, what's next on this list here? Okay, so next, this product should have came out on April Fool's because it's a fucking joke. Like, it is straight up a joke. The Becca Zero Pigment Foundation. Like, when I saw it, I was like, this has to be a joke, right? Like, a zero pigment foundation. Like, the whole thing about it, I guess, is that it's supposed to, like, blur skin and imperfections and perfectly match to anyone's skin and give you a nice, even, flawless base. And I'm just like, what? Like, what in the cash grab? Like, that's the word of this video, cash grab. Like, what even is that? Especially right now when we're in this, like, climate of really pushing brands to expand their shade range and come out with more than just, like, 5 shades for everything. And then Becca just comes out and it's just like, oh, a zero pigment foundation. Like, it's honestly almost a slap in the face because, like, I just feel like the people that it could work for is so slim to the amount of people that they think it is. Like, a zero pigment just to blur imperfections. Like, I feel like you have to have, like, supermodel perfect skin to wear that, and then it's just supposed to what? Like, blur your skin a little bit, like, make it look a little airbrush. Like, there's primers that do that. Like, I don't know, it just almost seems like a giant primer in a container, and it's like, it's laughable. Like, to me, it's just laughable. I was even thinking about buying it and, like, doing a video on it just because, like, I feel like it's so ridiculous that it almost deserved it. And then I was like, I'm not wasting my money on this. Like, I know I'm going to buy it and think it's just stupid, so why would I waste my money on it? Plus, it's kind of expensive. Like, I don't think Becca has ever really been known for, like, their foundations. I really like the Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer, which I think they discontinued because I can't find it anywhere. And so it was so strange to me when they decided to release a zero pigment foundation. Like, what? Like, it's a joke, right? It has to be a joke. Like, someone sitting on the board of Becca is like, oh, this is going to get us a bunch of money because people are going to buy this just to review it and call it a gimmick. Like, that's how I feel about it. It's, like, pathetic. And I like Becca. I actually really like a lot of Becca products. I think they make great blushes, great highlights. I really liked the Aqua Luminous Concealer. Like, I don't think that, like, they make bad products. I think maybe they just, like, I don't know. Zero pigment foundation. Like, what? Okay, while I'm doing my concealer, I actually have a concealer I want to talk about as well. This is the what is this called? The Clinique Concealer in Blur. So, I gotta look up the actual name for this because it is such a strange product to me. Hold on. Okay, here it is. So, the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. So, it's a concealer, and then on, like, the end of it, so, like, right here, you'll see in the picture, it's like a little sponge thing. And to me, I'm like, what? Like, that is so unsanitary. Like, first of all, how are you going to clean that? You're never going to be able to clean that. And I don't know anyone who's ever been like, oh, I love this concealer. I just wish it had a built-in sponge on it. Like, what? Like, it's just so weird of a product to me. And I feel like in this day and age, like, especially since, like, I feel like almost everything has been done anymore, like, no one really likes products like that. Like, I don't personally like products where there's, like, a tool attached to it, like a sponge on top of my concealer. Like, if this concealer had a sponge on top of it, that's so gross. Like, you're constantly using your hand to open it up, so you have to be careful when you're opening it up. I feel like you couldn't travel with it because this sponge part is dirty. Like, how are you supposed to clean that? Like, it just makes no sense to me, and I just, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, who's gonna buy that? Like, it just... What? I feel like this is my mood for the whole video. Like, what? Huh? Yeah, I don't even know how many shades that concealer has, anything. I just know that I just felt like 30 shades. So 30 shades actually is a good shade range in a concealer. I just feel like they should have just not had the sponge on it. Yeah, is that even blend to blur? Yeah, I don't get it. Like, who's using that? Let me know if you're interested in that product, because when I saw it, I instantly was like, so unsanitary, so unuseful. Like, why? Next, I want to talk about a few different, like, new brands that are coming out. If you pay attention, especially to, like, the makeup world, you will notice that there is, like, constantly new brands coming out. And recently, there's been a lot of new brands coming out that are, like, celebrity-owned, celebrity, like, front-facing brands. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm okay with new brands coming out all the time. I just feel, like, confusion when it's a celebrity who I don't really, like, associate with makeup looks. Like, when Lady Gaga came out with her makeup brand, I got it. Like, I was like, it's Gaga. She's done crazy makeup looks forever. It makes sense. Even when Kesha came out with her makeup brand, I was like, makes sense. The glitter, everything. Like, when I think of Kesha, I do think of, like, different makeup looks. So for certain celebrities, when they come out with stuff, I'm just kind of like, that's weird. Like, where did that come from? And for instance, actually this morning, I opened up my phone. This wasn't even on my original list, but I saw it this morning on Trendmood. I'll put a Trendmood's picture up right in here. Lauren Conrad from The Hills is coming out with her new makeup brand. Like, what? I've never thought of Lauren Conrad from The Hills and thought of makeup. Like, I know that she has her own clothing line in Kohl's, and I've actually purchased a few items from it. Like, she has some cute clothes. Like, but makeup? Like, I've just never thought of her for makeup at all, so it just seemed like so out of left field for me. Plus, like, the products that were kind of teased are, like, that no makeup look, and I do feel like that's kind of her vibe, but I'm like, where's she even been? Like, I know The Hills made, like, a resurgence on TV, right? Like, I don't know if it got picked up again, but it was was just like the most random celebrity face for a brand to me. Like, I feel like it just came out of nowhere. I never really see her talking about makeup. I don't like look at her and think of her as like an iconic makeup wearer. Nothing against her. Like, I really like her. I loved watching The Hills when I was younger. I do like her clothing line, but just like for makeup, I just kind of was like, I don't get it. It didn't interest me at all. It didn't pull me in at all. Like, I just am like, strange. It's just strange to me. And speaking of like celebrity makeup lines, there is a new makeup line also coming out by Addison Rae. It's the Addison Rae makeup line. And if you don't know who Addison Rae is, she is a super famous TikToker. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's really young. She's huge on TikTok. She has millions and millions of followers. And I mean, that's famous. If you don't think that's famous, whatever, but that's famous. And I also was really confused with that because she's not famous on TikTok for makeup. Like, she's gorgeous. She is naturally super beautiful, and she has usually just like normal everyday makeup on. She doesn't really do makeup looks. Her whole TikTok vibe is dancing, so I don't know, like her coming out with makeup to me just seemed like so weird too. And it's that same like no makeup vibe, and I'm about that. Like, I love no makeup. That's kind of like the vibe I'm going for today, honestly, and I wear that quite often. I'm so about that being the trend right now, but it just seemed like so random to me that she's coming out with her new line right now, and I just am like, I'm just not interested. Like, it just am like, what does she know about makeup? Who's really running the brand here? Like, I don't know. It's so confusing, and this actually like transitions over to the next thing I want to talk about, which is Morphe 2. First of all, Morphe 2, terrible name. And I'm not hating on Morphe. I know Morphe is like a little sketchy with some of the things that they do. I have a lot of Morphe brushes. I love this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. It's honestly like the only actual product besides brushes that I really use from Morphe. So when I saw this Morphe 2 thing coming out, first of all, I was like, you have how many dollars in your bank account, Morphe? You have how many people sitting on your creative board? And the best you could come up with was Morphe 2? Morphe 2. And this is like the face of this whole thing is the D'Amelio sisters, who are another TikTok stars. Like, they're TikTok famous girls for dancing and for music and for stuff like that. And they're younger too. So I get the vibe, like it's that whole no makeup, it's geared towards like a super younger audience. We're getting these big TikTokers, but I'm like, what? Like, it's people I don't associate with makeup. It's no makeup, which I'm fine with. I think it's cute. I think more no makeup should be coming out. Like, that's definitely the trend right now. It's definitely the vibe, but I just don't get it. It's same with like the Addison Rae. Like, I feel like Morphe 2 and the Addison Rae makeup is like the same thing, and I can't get over the name Morphe 2. Morphe 2. Like, you couldn't have came up with like a better name. Like, Tarte has their like little sister brand, and it's called like Sugar Rush, but it's basically just Tarte. Like, why didn't Morphe try to come up with like, I don't know, Morphe 2? It just like is almost comical to me. Like, it's almost like there was zero effort put into it, and they were just like, oh, Morphe 2. Morphe 2.0. Like, what? Next, I want to talk about from Urban Decay, and I don't know, this product that I'm about to complain about, I'm about to hate on, you would think that it would be a product that I would actually really like, but for some reason, like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. It's the new Urban Decay Lip and Cheek Sticks. So it is like a stick formed, you know, like a cheek tint, lip tint. Like, you can kind of use it universally. You can throw it on your eyes, your lips, your cheeks, you know, like that whole thing. It only has like 4 or 5 shades. The colors are okay. I don't know. I just find the packaging to be kind of boring. The advertising on it to be kind of boring. The colors to be kind of boring. And I don't know. I'm just like not. And normally this is like a product that I feel like I would really be into. But for some reason lately, like, Urban Decay has just been kind of like meh to me. Like, I'm just not super feeling it, and this like lip and cheek tint stick like did the same thing for me. Like, I was just kind of like meh. Like, I don't know, like, when I think of Urban Decay too, like I feel like Urban Decay to me used to be like the super cool, super grungy, like they do stuff that no one else does, Moondust, Wired, like they had all of this cool stuff, and they've kind of fallen off of that to me and become just like almost boring. Like I love Urban Decay. I love so many Urban Decay products, but this like lip and cheek thing, I just kind of was like, meh, seems like a product that everyone's gonna kind of forget about. Okay, so I'm gonna put my lip on and talk about the last product here. So the last product that I'm probably not going to be buying, I'm just like not interested. Pretty. Okay, sorry. Back to what I was saying. The last product that I just like am not interested in, I actually was super interested when I first heard it teased, and then when I actually saw it, I was a little disappointed, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip stains that are coming out. I love a good lip stain, and I love the fact that like they're coming back. And when I saw the shades picked, I was just kind of like, huh, like those are the shades you're gonna release for this. Like they're all very mauve-y, they're all very purpley. There's like one hot pink and the rest of them are like mauve nudes, and I just was like, I'm not interested in any of those colors. Like, just none of the colors. If they expand it and they put, like, a red in there or even, like, warmer, peachier colors, I will definitely get some. But for the colors that they're coming out with, first of all, I just am, like, not into them. Like, the mauves, the pinks, like, it's just not for me. And I will say, actually, Anastasia is one of those brands that I feel like for a while they were just, like, pounding out the products. Like, they had all the Norvina palettes, the Jackie Aina palette, the Carly Bible palette. Like, it was like every day they were dropping something new, and then they kind of just went silent. Like, they didn't have anything come out for a while. And so I've been sitting here waiting for their next launch. Like, I was like, they launched a whole bunch of stuff in a row, and then nothing. Like, whatever they come out with next is going to be baller. Like, it's going to be so dope. They've been waiting. Like, where is it? And then they released these lip stains, and I'm just not feeling the colors. Like I'm just not feeling the colors at all. Hopefully they expand the color range and I'll be able to get some more shades that I'm liking. But for this, I'm just kind of like, nah, not for me. Just not for me. Like, I just am not into like a mauve or a purpley lip. Like, it's just not my style. And I know they have that one hot pink shade, but even then, like, I feel like I don't really wear a hot pink lip very often. And when I do, I want to do like a legit lipstick or a legit liquid lip. Like, I don't know if I want like a hot pink lip stain. Like, I really wish they would have came out with like a fiery red color or a more peachier color, or even like a more lighter baby pink. Like, they all are very purpley to me, very like mauve toned, and I just am like, that's not the vibe for me. Like, that's not me. I know in this video I may have came across as like a giant hater. I mean, that's kind of the point. It is an anti-haul. No hate to any of these brands. Every brand I mentioned, I own multiple products from. Like, I like all these brands. It's just like these releases they came out with, I'm just kind of like, huh? What? Like, I just don't really get it. It's not for me. It's just not stuff I'm going to be picking up. And especially now in like kind of the world we live in is so consumer driven. Like, I feel like we just buy, especially with makeup releases. Like, everyone wants the new stuff. So when something comes out that I just am like, I'm not even interested in the slightest bit, it's nice to talk about. Because, you know, sometimes Spencer doesn't get everything that I'm trying to talk about when it comes to makeup stuff. So please let me know in the comments down below any products that you are anti-hauling, that you are just not interested in, any new product releases, even older product releases that you're just like, I don't know what everyone was thinking, I was just not feeling that. Please let me know in the comments down below. And as well as remember, if I talked about something that I just like am not about, if I was hating on something that you love or something that you're really interested in, still buy it, still go for it, because I'm not the say-all be-all in what you can and cannot buy. You run your own life. You run your own bank account, okay? I'm just letting you know what products that I was just not feeling, I'm just not interested in. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post here every Tuesday and Friday. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!